Good morning, sir. Good morning. He has joined us, sir. He has joined us.
So it has been a pretty bumpy flight from Bombay to Delhi, isn't it, Suraja?
James Barrett, the father of modern advertising, has famously said, "Any fool can make soap. It takes a clever man to sell it." With that quote in mind, I, Ria, welcome you all to the final day of Spandan, Delhi's biggest media fest, organized by Vivekananda Institute of Professional Studies. Adman's Dilemma is a dynamic platform to know the what and how of the advertising industry by experts and at the same time test your hand at creativity. So, with maddening enthusiasm and high spirits, let's unleash our inner advertisers. Enhancing the glory of our program, we have our chief guest of the day, Mr. Suraja Kishore, CEO, BBDO India, our Professor Siddharth Mishra, Chairperson, VSJMC, and Professor Dr. Charulata Singh, Dean, VSJMC, and all our faculty members. Thank you so much for joining us today. We are delighted by your gracious presence today, despite such strange and difficult times. And now, a word from our title sponsor, Busy Infotech Private Limited.
I am Neeraj Gupta. I am Managing Director of Rachna Sagar Private Limited. It's an educational publishing house. And since 24 years, I've been running this.
Can you increase the audio? Can't hear clearly.
And primary segment, secondary and senior secondary. And we have got almost 1500 titles in our publication house. Initially, we were not using any kind of billing system or software for our accounting systems. And for 3-4 years, we have been maintaining the records manually. As we had 14 branches, we had 14 stock godowns, 200 to 300 authors were there in our team. The coordination should be there in the branches. The size of the company became more bigger and bigger. And then one of my friends who is a chartered accountant, he gave me a solution. He told me that there is a software which is called Busy. Saw the features of the product. We were happy about the royalties, the billing, the outflow, inflow, whatever problems we were facing, we were getting the solution for all the problems. The back-end operations, the integrated support which we got from Busy, that was wonderful, right? Starting from the initial period, I remember we were getting the post-sales report, the two-way billing system. We are getting full support of Busy system. The entire godowns are connected with Busy. The backup utility program, anywhere, anytime, use that program in the mobile application and you can see the outstanding payments. And these people, they are giving a helpline facility also. They are very smart. They can give you solutions very fast. Now again, 2 years back, GST rolled down and there was a problem again, how to use the GST according to our bills. The Busy people came and they gave us the solution. See, it's a kind of a wish list. If you wish anything, they give it. It's a magic wand. I would like to say to all the friends that the Busy system is very sturdy. It is very strong. I am happy that my business is controlled through Busy system, and I'm happy that I'm getting a continued support from these people. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Busy Infotech. Now, Bruce Barton has rightly said that in good times, people want to advertise, but it is in the bad times that they have to. With that in mind, I would like to introduce Professor Dr. Charulata Singh. Dr. Charulata Singh is a renowned media academician with around 22 years of experience in media and media education. She has been a part of WIPS for more than 15 years. She has 8 books, 13 chapters, and around 70 paper publications and paper presentations to her credit. She has copyright for the concept individual social responsibility and for coining the word digiteracy. She is a resource person for various universities. A poetess at heart, she has been awarded Iconic Women Creating Better World for All by World Women Economic Forum, WEF. Thank you so much for your immense support and guidance, ma'am. Now, I would kindly request you to introduce the topic of our webinar, Advertising in the Post-COVID-19 Times, a Study of India. Ma'am.
Ma'am, please unmute yourself.
Thank you, Ria. First of all, I would like to welcome Mr. Suraja Kishore for this program in WIPS. I welcome Siddharth sir and all the faculty members and students. And before turning to the topic, I would like to tell Suraja ji that we have a BAJMC program and we have a very dedicated faculty who are teaching advertising and public relations. And, we have subjects like advertising, public relations, digital media marketing, and corporate communication. So our students, they are working in these areas and they get too much interested in these areas. And they are going to various higher education institutions such as IIMC and Xavier's and MICA. So every year, so many students are going for higher education, and also they are working after graduation from here in various advertising and public relation companies like Perfect Relations, O&M, and BBDO. Also, we had various students earlier, and last to last year, there was a student, Jatin Jolly, who got into BBDO. So we, really welcome you here, and I think the students will really enjoy the session with you. And as far as when I talk about introducing the topic, I think with COVID-19, we all got into such a situation that we had to be locked at homes, and the only outlet was the online. And I think for advertisers also, it was the only platform which was available. So everybody turned on to online. And when I talk about online in terms of advertising, I think the two things which come to my mind is the creativity in the visual content and the storytelling, which I think was too much looked into, and to lure the consumers and to keep them, engaged. And also not only the storytelling, but there are a lot of layers of creativity and storytelling has gone into the advertising, I think. And also, apart from, there are many examples, like we turn to new normals. I think we would like to hear from you. I can just think of, various examples where Pizza Hut and McDonald's, who, the home deliveries and contactless deliveries, and how the advertising went into that. So, and another aspect, I think the transparent communication, which is very important. So with this, I think with this background, I won't like to go too much. I would like to hear from you on various aspects of advertising in COVID and post-COVID times. Thank you so much. Yeah, Ria.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Now, I would like to take this opportunity to introduce our Honorable Vice Chairman, Mr. Suneet Watts. During this pandemic, he has provided us with very visionary-like leadership, giving us a roadmap on how to take on various challenges. Mr. Watts completed his executive program in management from Columbia Business School at Columbia University. He completed his PGDBM and MBA from Narsi Munji Institute of Management Studies, Mumbai. Mr. Suneet Wirtz has consistently remained beside his father, Dr. S.C. Wirtz, founder chairman, WIPS, during his 20 years of long journey in founding and setting up the very strong foundation of WIPS, of which we all feel really proud to be a part of. He has continued to educate himself with latest skills, courses, and technologies to disseminate knowledge within the WIPS family. We are all very grateful for everything. And now, due to some prior commitments, Sir wasn't able to join us today. And that's why I would request Professor Mishra to kindly read his message, which he was very kind to send us. Sir?
Can we have the message on screen, please?
Yeah, thank you, Uriya. As Suneet writes, respected Siddharth sir, I feel blessed and honored by your benign words and for always appreciating and encouraging me. This time I may not be able to associate with the event because of my preoccupation and pre-engagements. Kindly excuse me and do give my regards to all the faculty members and students who have relentlessly worked and held the WIPS flag high. My gratitude is especially due to Mr. Suraja Kishore for taking out time for our institute. I look forward to a closer interaction with him in the times to come. I have sweet and bitter memories of Spandan, and it is always a cherished moment when the new chapter is added each year. I want to congratulate you and your teams for its efforts and to have changed the landscape of the event as it caters to students' needs perfectly. Lastly, convey my best wishes to the organizing team and my regards to Dean Dr. Charulata Singh. Regards, my best wishes to Team Spandan 2020 and God bless Suneet Wirtz 5 December 2020. Thank you, Suneet, for having sent the message.
Thank you so much, sir, for such kind words and well wishes. We hope this program turns out to be a success. Today, we are most fortunate to have Mr. Suraja Kishore as the chief guest of this program. Mr. Suraja Kishore is the CEO of BBDO India. He believes doing good for people and the planet is good for business. And that's the new way of building a brand, business, and a better world. Mr. Kishore is a graduate of TIS with an eclectic mix of work experience. A maverick at heart, he has undertaken various roles, that of being a copywriter, marketer, academician, strategic brand planner, and business head, values, visions, and diversity of talent. Mr. Kishore thrives on unlocking why people do what they do. Prior to BBDO, Mr. Kishore has worked with Meg Erickson, Publix Worldwide, Lawlentis, and DDB Mudra. He has 21 years of experience developing creative strategies, building partnerships, and establishing exciting approaches to developing campaigns that have got him recognition at FE, WARC, and various other forums. His client list includes major brands such as Unilever, Marico, P&G, Nestle, Godrej, Tata, Idea Cellular, and Citibank, to name a few. He has been at the helm of some of the most memorable campaigns, including What an Idea Surgery for Idea Cellular, Jago Re for Tata Tea, and Ariel Share the Load. Mr. Kishore is also a visiting faculty member with Management and Advertising Institutes. He conceived and executed India's first creative program with a specialization in copywriting and art direction at Mudra Institute of Communication, Ahmedabad. And he continues to be a faculty advisor for the same. He is one of the founding members of Account Planning Group India and a visiting faculty for Planning Bootcamp at Miami Art School, Mumbai, and program advisor at MICA. A long-distance runner himself, Mr. Kishore finds running meditational and calming for the soul. His love for life, music, and movies helps him remain spirited along the way. Sir, we are grateful to have you today, and please, I request you now to enlighten us with your valuable insights.
Hi, good morning. I think I'm completely overwhelmed if there was a pill or a medical prescription for motivation for any individual, this is what it is. Like, I mean, thank you so much, and with bottom of my heart, I'm really blessed to be here. It's rarely that I have a meeting where it's almost 10-15 minutes is spent talking about me. That's very indulgent. I won't say dream come true, but very indulgent. It's really indulgent. I mean, seeing yourself on the screen is very unsettling, because especially if you're not Tom Cruise. But yeah, it was heartening to see myself for some time. And I'm sure you have grabbed stuff from various places. So I'm really delighted to be here. When Siddharth called me, he is my school senior, and we have a tradition in school. Even if seniors are wrong, we tell them, yes, we agree. So I did not even question too much. I said, yes, I'm going to do it. After I said I'm going to do it, he told me what I was supposed to do it. So which was easier part, So I did not know what I signed up for. And thank you very much. Thank you very much, Professor Charulata, for inviting me, to Vice Chairman, Mr. Vats, Sid, Anurag, students who have tried to put this together, because I know how much taxing and stressful it can be for students, because they might get appraised beyond their regular assignment for this seminar itself. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make it useful in conversation today. I'm going to partly use what has happened during pandemic, and in a personal way, how it has affected me as a professional, as a person. I'm also going to talk about this journey, because I think there are no books which talks about how does one go about this professional journey. There are many books on telling you what is account management, what is public relation, what is digital media. There's no books about what actually happens when you start charting your career graph. So I will try to sprinkle both a bit, bear with me. I would like it to be more conversational. There are no theories I have, there are no ready pills to succeed I have, but there are a whole lot of, I would call AI, right? If I have almost over 2 decades of data, that means I have so much of big data that I can churn those data and create a certain sense of pattern, right? So if everything is all right and you allow, I would just share my file and get into conversation. Is that all right? Yeah.
Sure.
Perfectly sure.
Okay, just give me a moment. Yeah, can you see my file here?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean, my dream is to have a world where there is no PowerPoint. I'm still working on it. So one day we will get there where there'll be no PowerPoint, because most people use PowerPoint without the points. So we'll see. We'll see whether I succeed in making a PowerPoint which has a lot of points. Just the way this title is personal stories behind my professional journey. Obviously, in such a short time, I can't tell you all the stories, but I'm happy to be here, happy to share some of these. I remember it was 16th of March, and just to give you a little context, I joined BBDO as CEO last May. So I was wet behind my ears. I was that baby who is going in the shallow pool trying to learn swimming, because the funny part about life is every new role you take up in your personal life or professional life, there'll be no induction program. There'll be induction program for everything which you don't need. There'll be nothing about programs where you actually need. You need an induction program when you take up new roles which are of this nature. But before anything could happen, after 6 months, we were into January. January, we all feel that we are entitled to some good times, because all of us say Happy New Year, and we are entitled to some lofty resolutions we make for ourselves. So January goes away like that, and we were in March. I took my office for a 3 days picnic to Goa, came back saying, now we are going to settle down in this year, do very well in our work. And 16th of March, the pandemic hit. I did not know how to go about it. I remember my colleagues calling me and telling me, we'll have to work from home. And I was like, what are you talking? One of our profession, this is one of our profession where the individual contact, the personal contact is so important, and I'll talk about it a little later. Why are we so stressed today, despite being able to conduct business? despite being able to talk to one another on Zoom calls. So I'll get into it. There was one thing very interesting happened from New York office, and let me know if you don't hear the audio properly. I'll just go and play this and try to. Yeah, so this was quite interesting because somebody in New York office thought about this, that, okay, now that whole world is going to work from home, where is BBDO? Where is our office? And how do we make sure that, our clients are assured that no matter what, their business will be up and running? And this was the start of thinking that, yes, we could conduct business from wherever we are, right? And if I have to just show you how our email looks like, that's my email, which goes out to everybody. And if you see, my email has my residential address over here. It says BBDO Continental Tower. That's where I'm speaking to you right now. This is my office. And like this, across the world, we suddenly had offices in every nook and corner. And that is the biggest change. The idea of home has shifted. The idea of office has shifted. I don't think it will be ever back again, but I will talk about how this entire thought process that pandemic had changed us, we will never come back, is all bullshit. There are a lot of people who are talking about consumer behavior changing forever, complete bullshit. And I'll talk about why. The thing about life is that crisis makes human beings react in a very different way. Crisis induces a certain emotion which normal times don't. Let me give you an example. If you've gone to a funeral of a friend's parent, friends, relatives, when you go to the funeral, you tell yourself, from today, I will give time to my parents. I'll give time to my loved ones. I'll have at least one meal every week. I will take them for vacation. I'll spend quality time. It lasts for not more than 2 days or 3 days. After 2 days or 3 days, you're back to the rut, back to the normal coping with the existence of human suffering, right? You start looking at groceries, you start looking at ice cream, you start looking at holiday, you start looking at let's meet up with friends, and you realize before the next funeral strikes that you have not talked to your parents properly, you have not given time to your loved ones for a very long time. This example will tell you how human behavior is, and the biggest fallacy in marketing and advertising world is calling something called consumer. Because when you say something consumer, you feel that you're not one. There's somebody else. It's like a other segment. It's like somebody else, which is why what I feel is that, yes, great things have happened. We opened offices everywhere, but with that, we had certain reactions which were very, very extremes, I would say, right? We have been tried. All of us have tried. All of us in these Zoom calls are very, very tired. We would rather be in an auditorium talking to one another than on a Zoom call. We are somehow coping. We are trying to make sure we don't shut down. This is not the best optimal way of working. But I think initiatives like what this New York office started and we all took over across the globe is the best way of knowing the potential of humanity, the optimism with which we can change things. And I'll talk about it very soon. I'll show you a story which we did during lockdown. I'll tell you what is fascinating about this story. Nobody met to produce this story. The director is Gauri Shinde, who directed English Winglish. She did not meet my creative head. My creative head did not meet the DOP. DOP did not meet the costume guy. Costume guy did not meet the cast. It was all done on video. Everybody was talking to each other on video. We were lucky that this lady who is on the frame, her son is a cameraman. He's a DOP himself. And therefore, the son shot the mother on video. Live feed was being produced to everybody. And this film was shot. Why is this film important for me? I think this film happened during June. And we were going through really difficult times where we were wondering, how do you produce? How do you do advertising? Most of the categories are dark areas, right? Nobody's buying automobiles. My client Ford in Delhi was completely shut down. Let me play this for you and then I'll talk more. Yeah. I think when we talk advertising, it looks like you're creating something. It looks like you're manufacturing something. It looks like we are some magic wizard or I have some supernatural powers, or people who work in advertising and marketing. And after doing business for so long, one of the things which I can pull back is that, and I'll talk about it, like I feel that this was one story where there's no advertising. This came from one of our teammates whose grandmother was alone because there was nobody who could come during lockdown in the building. The grandmother was looked after by a help who could not come because they were all closed down. She used to every day call her, ask her, have you taken bath? Why don't you do something? Why don't you sit and draw something? This is a true story. This is a real story where, despite being in lockdown, two people who are not really related in a blood way were trying to support each other, be there for one another. This changed the course of the way we want to look at advertising. There was a time when advertising was the most important thing in popular culture. Today, the first thing you want to skip is advertising. Nobody wants to look at advertising. Everybody wants to. It's a funny thing, right? In media, you talk about people's attention span has come down. They talk about 6 seconds. How many of you, just raise your hand, do binge watching? How many of you? That's where you are. It's a paradoxical society we are living in. At one place we say people don't have attention anymore, attention quotient. At other place, people are locking their doors, watching a OTT series, not meeting their mother, father, wife, children, because they have to finish the season. And in that scenario, you need to understand how culture behaves, how story works. And we learned from this story that biggest thing happening in storytelling is authenticity. You want real stories. You do not want manufactured stories. So much so that you don't want just manufactured crap products anymore. You want products which are good for people, good for planet, good for everybody, good for humanity, right? So why I showed you this is that this is a remarkable example of how advertising is going to work. It's not going to work in hard selling. If it is hard selling, you will know it from frame one. That's trying to tell me something, I need that. There are many times you want something functionally. You have to clean your toilet, you want to clean your toilet, the product will come on the TV or on your mobile phone. It will tell you, I clean the toilet best. It won't bullshit you anymore. People are not having any room for bullshit or any room for storytelling which doesn't make sense, or hyperbole or propaganda, rhetoric. Our country is full of rhetoric, if you like. In boardrooms, in families, जो जितना चिल्लाकर और टेबल पटक कर बात करता है वो बहुत बड़ा होता है हमारे देश में. It's going to stop. This crap is going to stop. Same thing for politics, same thing for corporate, same thing for family and personal relationship. It is not about how loud you say it, how craftily you say it. It's more about how meaningful you connect. And that is something we must learn, right? All of you will relate to this. I'll just play this and then talk about it.
Working from home thing going for you.
Whoa! Guys, does everyone have my iPad?
Close your eyes. Gently deepen your breath.
Babe, your boss is FaceTiming you.
Vivian?
This is not good.
Morning.
Good morning.
So Project Pandora's box is back and we need to present new designs on Monday. Oh, and it needs to be recyclable. Any questions?
Yeah, when you say recyclable.
Good.
No!
What's going on?
Project Pandora's box is back.
What? No!
We can't do this in 1 week. It's just a box.
But we're working from home, Bridget.
Exactly. I got kids all week.
And I have my mom all the time.
You say something, boo-boo?
We can totally do this, okay? Today we'll get up to speed, and then tomorrow we think inside the box.
What day is it?
Monday.
I thought it was Tuesday.
She's serious?
10 minutes for lunch. It takes 15 minutes to make lunch.
Oh, so you got my schedule. Okay, so I'll send over the rebrief. Does anybody have a spec sheet?
Wait, I think I have it.
Perfect. Scan it and send it.
I don't have a scanner.
There's one on your phone.
Where?
To send notes.
Oh, this is really cool. Whoa, make it stop.
At 8 a.m. tomorrow, remind me to remind the team about... Come on, no one has anything? Nothing? No idea?
Guys, simmer down.
Dave, please.
Sorry, guys. Well, I did have this. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, go ahead.
You go, Brian.
No, I was just trying to say.
Please, just one of you go.
Well, I had this dream last night that the box was like a transformer.
This is why I hate brainstorming.
Come on, we just need a solution that is lightweight and sustainable.
And cheap.
Dad, go running.
Ew.
You should go.
Too expensive.
What about tissue paper?
Too fragile.
Any other ideas?
Did you guys hear? I think Vivian has a new assistant.
That's like the fourth one this year.
What happened to the one who cried all the time?
She had to go back to Canada.
What if we did something like this?
Meatballs?
No, hexagons.
Yeah, it's cool. Like this.
Honeycomb.
Yeah, we can totally make honeycomb out of cardboard.
Wait, this could work.
Guys, hey, slow down. Do not put that in your mouth. Hey, good morning.
Morning. Great work, everybody. We are really making progress. Oh, shoot. Vivian's calling.
Oh, great.
Morning.
Hi.
2 things. The presentation has been moved to this Friday, and
Friday?
I have to take this. What was the second thing?
I wish my mom had a pool.
No, the budget just got cut in half. Of course it did, because that's what happens. They cut the budget in half, and then they're going to cut it in half again.
Do you think you should call?
Oh, no, do not say his name. I would rather speak to my ex-wife than have to talk to Mike from finance. How are you, buddy?
Yo,
Are those swords?
they're katanas.
Right, you are. So, listen, did Vivian speak with you yet?
Maybe, maybe not.
Are you a little businessman? The big cheese in charge of the company?
Bridget, are you talking to your cat?
No.
There's got to be a cheaper cardboard. Nothing cheaper? Oh, you're going in the naughty corner. Not you, Jerry. I need you to work with me. Ow! Bridget, this is impossible.
Hey, using less cardboard is good, right?
Yeah, less cardboard, less dollars.
I have to take out the trash.
Hey Siri, can you read us a bedtime story with no monsters?
Morning.
Brian?
I think I figured it out. I'm gonna add the others.
Have you been to bed?
No.
Brian?
Sorry, did I wake you?
No, I was just meditating.
I think I found a solution to the budget.
What?
How?
We make the pattern bigger.
You're a genius. I love you.
How does making it bigger mean less cardboard?
Brian, how much less?
Brian, use your iPad.
All right. It's about 1 3/4 of an iPad?
No, use the measuring tool on your iPad.
Oh, a lot less.
My computer's possessed. The numbers are literally changing right in front of me.
It's your document. It's probably Mike in finance.
That man is everywhere. Oh, he's texting me.
Hey, Marie, how do I get InDesign? Ask Sam. What are you designing? Oh, no, nothing. Hey, Sam. How's the whole working from home thing going for you?
No. What do you want?
I really need InDesign because we have this big present. Oh, awesome. You know, when this is all over, you and I should go do something fun. Just the girls out of the... Who's changing the design? I thought I could do it with a little more zing. Where did you even find these fonts? What happened to slide 4?
The clock's coming over now. Whoosh.
Got it. I was reading that team means together, everyone achieves more. And that...
Should we tell her she's on mute?
Not yet.
Wait, was I on mute?
No.
Oh, good. Oh, wait, the client's coming on. Is everyone wearing pants? Working from home. Working from home.
Yeah, so I think this film captures our life. Yeah, this is what our life is. Our life is a complete mess. Just to give you a bit of a personal story, I mean, I went to the school where Sid went to, and we were very young when we went there. So when you leave home at such a young age and never come back home because you're always out studying, you become a different animal. Your parents don't know you. Your parents don't recognize you. You don't recognize your parents. You know they are your parents, but you wonder whether you really understand them, you know them. And after so many years being completely away, in March, my parents stay in the same city. I had called them because I hadn't spent time with them. And after 4 days of being with them, suddenly the lockdown happened. I have not allowed them to go back. It is after maybe 25 years or something like that, that while we are related, we are trying to find and discover one another and say, who are we? I know I'm their son. I know they're my parents. But I don't eat what they eat. I don't live the way they live. I don't think the way they think anymore. Yes, they are my roots. I still love sattu ki roti, but I love sushi. If you give me sattu ki roti and sushi, I'll be torn. I'll be in catch 22. Which one to eat? So I've become a different human being. But there was a dream I had that one day from my busy schedule, I take out time and be there for them. My help who comes and makes my life easier by cooking, she was not allowed to come in for 4 months. So I literally used to have rajma chawal on my hand because I was cooking rajma, and I used to sit on the Zoom call. And that tells you that at one place we talk about advertising and we talk about various things, but most important thing which pandemic has done is put in touch with the essentials. Essentials is not wheat and food and sugar and tea. One of the most essential thing for humanity is feelings. And we are all become afraid of it. If there's any one thing which makes advertising work, is feelings. Not being clever, not being smart, not being intelligent. Those are good. You should have it. But it's not good enough. If you want to connect with people, if you want to connect with somebody sitting in Mathura while you are in Mumbai, if you want to create something in Mumbai which connects with somebody in Mexico, it's feelings. And we could not be blessed all of us in this generation and other generations, from Professor Charu to me to you, to all the students and the children who are in school right now, I think we are just blessed to be in times like this, where we have been stopped. Somebody had just given us a pat on our back and said, why are you running? What's your problem? What is this concept of quality time? When did it come in, right? It's such a concept. When did we stop connecting with one another? When did we stop realizing that what you do affects the community? What the brand sells affects the planet. And I think that is something remarkable about how we are going to look at stories now. Feelings which are not manufactured, feelings which are not clever, feelings which are not just to tell a story, but story which are filled with true feelings. And that to me is the biggest change going to happen. People are going to reject anything which is crafty and clever. There are 3 brains that humans have. I'm not even asking you to agree or disagree with me. Those of you who have the answers, put that in the chat window. And those of you who readily know all three brains, please raise your hand. Anyone knows? We have a heart. We don't see it like brains. It is such a fallacy of human civilization that the thing which moves us, the organ which drives us, we don't call it brain. The organ which makes us feel shitty, which makes us realize how bad we are, how weak we are, how inefficient we are, we call it the brain. So the first important thing, and this is personal, so I'm okay if you don't agree. The most important brain we are born with is heart. The second important brain we are born with is head. Heart is, to make you understand, your operating software. It's the HI, not AI. Human intelligence is in your heart. Artificial intelligence is in the head. We are born with both. We are born with HI and AI. And a combination of that helps you do better. But another third most important brain we have is our gut. It's the most strongest of all three. Scientifically, it has been proven that whatever we eat, the way we consume food goes to our gut, and it is responsible for changing our mood, for changing our energy, for changing our constitution and genetic codes. And that's scientific. But if you look at it, nobody talks about it. Nobody tells you. You go to school early on, maybe class 7th or 8th, you study about how we have a brain. And when you come back home, maybe our society and parents tell us, don't follow your heart. And then you go to organizations and corporations, they'll tell you, gut is not good enough. Give me data. You will face this all your life. I have fought this all my life. And I had fought this when I was a kid. I'm still fighting it. I believe in it. Because heart is stronger than mind, people are afraid to tell you to follow your heart. Because mind or head can be manipulated, can be influenced. The brain which cannot be influenced is your heart. Therefore, society is damn scared. If everybody started following their heart, there'll be anarchy. There'll be complete chaos. Our society thrives on conformity. Look at our families. This is my hypothesis. If you have siblings, the child who says yes to the parent must be the most favorite child of the parent. Chances are. The child who says more no is not the favorite child. उसको थोड़ा problem है. समझता नहीं है. Same thing happens in organizations. If you say yes to the boss more often, you're the blue-eyed worker, professional. If you say no, he's not good. He doesn't know how to go about things, right? He is not fit for corporate life. I don't agree to that. So one of my biggest sharing a story, I've been using it. I still believe in it. And more I read about it, more I get convinced about it. There is scientific data to prove that myths are stronger than facts. How many of you started drinking haldi without knowing what haldi does in pandemic? Right? So to me, these three things are important to succeed in advertising and marketing. Some of the personal stories in very quick, rapid fire format, okay, because I don't have time so much. First of all, I think one of the most important thing if you want to succeed in advertising and marketing or anywhere in life is to be born with questions. Do you know one thing? That in Latin and Irish, there is no word for yes and no. There is no word. In every culture, there is word for the question why. There is no culture which doesn't have a word in their language for why. And if there is one single thing which has made human civilization succeed, is why. Personally, if there is one single thing which has helped me survive and succeed, is why not. From childhood, I might as well be named Why Not instead of Suraj. You know, I'm the Why Not Kishore. I was the Why Not child for my parents. I was the Why Not child for RIMC. I was the Why Not child for my Hindu college. I was the Why Not student at Tata Institute. I've been the Why Not person at BBDO. Because the question is, world is full of conformity. If you want to create something, you have to break something. The human fallacy is, we want both. We want a great career while sticking to a shitty career. We want a great marriage while staying in a shitty marriage. We want a great job while doing shit jobs. It's not possible. If you want to create a new product, you'll have to start all over again. If the product is completely faulty, you might do incremental changes. Incremental changes are repairs. They are not new wiring. If you look at products which amazed us, right? Whether it's Uber, whether it's iPads, any product and experiences, they did not exist earlier. Any incremental changes is good, but not good enough. Incremental changes happens with why. Transformation happens with why not. So one of the personal story I have used is, every time I sit down trying to solve a client's problem, trying to solve a organizational problem, personal problem, it comes naturally to me to why not. I joke about it that you want me to speak about a topic, give me against the motion. I am wired to be comfortable in against the motion even if you don't tell me the topic. Because I think something beautiful comes out, not for the sake of it, but it's just alternative way of looking at things. Second, what it should be and what it is currently. This has always obsessed me as a child. I always ask questions about relationships, about the way we live as family, about the way we consume, we go to work, we die. And this might look like a very innocent thing to you, but I was very scared of dying and working when I was a kid. मुझे डर लगता था कि मुझे एक दिन नौकरी करनी पड़ेगी और एक दिन मेरी भी मौत हो जाएगी. And I have solved the mauth because I saw my grandfather dying in a very weird circumstances in a small town where there was no health care. And I made peace with death. But then I had to make peace with work. What is this stupid way of living? Because I saw my father going to work, coming back very disgruntled, coming back very tired and nobody happy. And then most men I saw and most people who worked I saw were not happy. They used to sit in front of TV. That time there was no satellite, Doordarshan, and watch Krishi Darshan. They were so bored in life that after coming from work, Krishi Darshan was entertaining. Can you believe that? So I told myself, I don't want to be that person. I don't admire this idea. And to share another personal story, the town I lived in did not have any club. But I had dreams that in the evening, I want to take a shower and go to a club. I don't know why the dream I had. I said, I don't want to sit in front of Krishi Darshan. My ambition was just starting from there. I don't want to go to work like that. I want to be happy about what I do. It is my waking hours. If your waking hours are not good, you'll not sleep well. If your sleeping hours are not good, you won't wake up well. It's a cyclic process. If I enjoy my work, I come back charged. I come back energized in my family life, in my personal life. When I do my personal life, I go back charged to the work. It's a cyclic karma which goes on. So ask yourself what it should be, what it is currently. These questions can be applied to branding, about marketing, about purchase funnel, about public relations, everything. Third, what comes in the way? If you want to succeed in life, you can't be foolhardy. Recognize what comes in the way. Is it design of the product? Is it tradition in the society? Great brands have asked questions like, why is laundry a woman's job? Great brands have asked questions that why menstruation is a bad word in a family. Right? When I was growing up, my mom told me my sisters have headaches. I discovered it on my own. Why do you have to? Why does the pharmaceutical guy puts a sanitary napkin in a brown envelope? We need to correct certain things in society. Who will do that? Especially in a society where we are uncomfortable talking about these things. Brands can do that. Brands are living human beings in our society and community. And in digital world, they are actually a part of the community member. They are not brands. That's a big difference which has happened in digital world. Earlier, they were brands, they were on pedestal. They were not equal. In digital world, they are equal. If I am part of a trekking community, and if Patagonia, which is a adventure sports gear brand, wants to be part of that, I and Patagonia are at equal terms. We both are community member of a trekking community wanting to do things which is good for the community. That's a big change. So what comes in the way? If you identify the barrier, you will be able to break the barrier. What's changing? I think I might have again developed the fear of working if nothing changed in society. I'm glad everything has changed. I used to look at my bosses when I was growing up. They used to do long lunches, wine, cheese. I said, that's the life of advertising people, man. I want that life. I want to go to the corner room, do a lunch from 12 o'clock to 4 o'clock, and come back in client meetings. No more. I'm the management trainee in the corner room. My sleeves are always rolled up. I think I feel young because everything has changed. I would have grown old if everything would have remained same. Change keeps you young, not consistency. Consumer behavior has changed. People have changed. Look at our families. Our families have changed. Our Indian families are becoming increasingly dysfunctional. Women are marrying late. I make this statement to many of my clients, and I'll try to make this here. Consumers and women have changed despite marketeers and men. Consumers and women have changed Despite market yes and men, women are not waiting for men to change. They are saying तुमको जो करना है करो, मैं आगे बढ़ रही हूँ. They are not pleading for men to have a better ways and better society. Because if they keep waiting, they know it will never happen. It has taken centuries. Just like wishing we have better infrastructure in India. It will never happen. So people are getting on with it. You have younger generation who are coming out with technology and solutions which is changing the world. Your younger generation, when I was growing up, I didn't care for plastic. I didn't care for global warming. When I was growing up, Bapida was God. I was listening to disco dancer. That shit music. My school exhibitions were never about bushfire, domestic violence, gender inequality, pollution, bacteria, germs, unemployment, poor people and migrants dying, farmers being completely unaddressed. None of these issues. We are living in the world where there is a large population who are in schools right now who are questioning this. They are more interested in solving that problem than interested in one day I'll become CEO of BBDO. They have different dreams. So that's changing. Again, I think it's important to do great job by understanding what's changing. Every day investing some time in understanding the narrative, reading about that, finding more questions about that. Last in the series of questions which I keep asking, what can I change? It's humongously impossible for us to change everything, but it's possible to change a lot of things. Our response, our push, our force, we can do so much. Each individual and community can do so much. This is the film I'm going to show, which kind of captures what I've been saying.
We are a brand, and we want you to know that we care about you, the consumer, the capitalist herd of buyers, of hoarders, of look-at-meers. These times are tough, and it's important you see us as understanding that. But in truth, we have no idea. But we keep that to ourselves. Otherwise, you won't buy our product. Our product that is not at all necessary, especially now, but that we really, really want you to buy. So we hired a sympathetic narrator to make you think we really do care. We use phrases like, "We're all in this together," and "strange and uncertain times." And we even sprinkle in images of babies and strangers gazing thoughtfully into the camera. So please, the next time you go to the store, buy our product. Buy a lot of our product. Spend your stimulus check on it. All of it. We may even donate to a charity or something. Not a lot, but just enough that makes us look like good guys. So here's to you and everything you do for us, the brand, the corporation, the 1%. Thank you.
This is what we see, and I think this video captures the cleverness of advertising which we have to get rid of, because people can see through this. And that's something which is going to change post-pandemic. You cannot be fooling people like this. There'll be more real stories. This is a great metaphor for that. Just watch this. lot of brands which talked about during pandemic. I thought Dove had done a remarkable thing. For Dove to take real beauty into some place like this is quite courageous. And that's what brands must do, find new meanings. They found new meaning that being courageous is beautiful. It's not about just looking pretty. And that's a big definition. You see the shifts happening now. Even a brand to beauty is talking about a completely new meaning. Almost now, I've already taken much time. Almost now to my fag end, I want to play you something which has left me with a lot of hope. Some of you must have heard it, but I would love to play this for you.
This is the keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going on song. This is the keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going on song. This is the keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going on song. I'm Abigail, and this is Sean, and we're so glad that you've turned this on and welcomed us into your home, and you are welcome into our home. We're in Dayton, Ohio. We're in Sean's parents' house. Sean's parents' house. We were in Louisville when the shit hit, and we packed our 3-year-old into a car. We drove kind of far. We drove here, and we've been so lucky and blessed to be safely here. And we thought we'd be here for like 10 days. Tops.
What did we know?
What did we know?
What did we know?
We thought we knew a lot. We thought we knew a lot.
Keep going, keep going,
Woo!
keep going on.
Keep going on song. This is a keep going, keep going, keep going on. Keep going on song. This is a keep going, keep going, keep going on. Keep going on song. And we've been mostly healthy. We've been okay. Are you okay? Are you alright? Are you okay? Are you alright? Are you okay? I hope your body's whole tonight. And if your heart is breaking, I hope it's breaking open. And if your breath is shaking, I hope it's shaking through. And I hope that you've watched a lot of really great television, like a lot of it. And I hope that you find a hand lotion that actually makes your skin feel better. And I hope that you have enough to eat. I hope you're getting enough sleep, and I hope you have enough good company or enough good memory to last you a long time. Keep going, keep going, keep going on. Keep going on song. We sing the keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going on. Keep going on song. Let's bring some joy into the room. Why not? We can try it, or some rage, and some grief and relief. Ooh, I hold my rage, I pray my rage is a fire that cleans my mind out and makes me ready to listen. I pray my pain is a river that flows to the ocean that connects my pain to yours. And I pray my happiness is like pollen that flies to you and pollinates your joy. Oh boy, is that possible? I don't know. We are making this up as we go. We have to make it up as we go. The keep going song, the keep going song. Oh, we're making it up. We're making it up as we go. Keep going, keep going, keep going on. Keep going on song. And I pray that when we meet again, that the world has changed into the world that we are imagining now together. And I pray that the world has become the world that we're planting inside of ourselves for each other and for our ancestors. That's all I've got is a rough beginning to offer you. We're gonna start by singing some songs in this tiny space together. We're just gonna sing some songs for you, and we hope that when you hear them, you will feel a little bit less alone, and we will feel a little bit less alone in the work and in the hurt, and we will be together tonight somehow, whenever this is, wherever this is. For the keep going, keep going, keep going on, keep going on song. This is a keep going, keep going, keep going on, keep going on song. This is a keep going on, keep going.
So one of the things which I want to leave you with is that whenever you are confused in life, whether we are growing or we are not growing, ask yourself, whatever you're doing, is there a playbook for it? Chances are if there is a manual, if there is an instruction guide, if there is a tutorial, you're not growing. We don't grow when we have a guide. We grow when we don't have a playbook. And I think each one of us have grown a lot during this time. And I love the spirit of that song. So keep going. You know, it's not important to know all the answers. You are young right now. Most of you listening to me, you'll be crazy to kind of understand what job you will get, what career you will take, who you will become. Not important to just know the answers today, but it's important to keep going. Important to ask yourself, are you learning? Are you doing something you did not know? If you're going to ask for something which is going to be completely given to you, chances are you won't grow. If you ask your institute, your professors, your teachers to give you what you need, you won't grow. It's got to be a two-way process. There's a lot you're going to give. It's hard, it's difficult, it's conflict. It's not as rose-tinted as you think, but it's possible. It's possible to be the person who asks why not. It's possible to change things. It's possible to keep going. And there's a line in the song you heard, we are making it up. Let's make it up. Let's make up a story. Let's make up an idea of optimism. Let's become better. Let's make your institute famous. What are you doing for the institute? Ask those questions. What are you doing for the family? For your batchmates? For your parents? For yourself? So I think I've grown a lot as a professional, as a person. I didn't have a playbook for how to live with parents I haven't lived with for 25 years. I didn't have a playbook for how to run an organization from home for last 8-9 months. And one of the things which has really helped me is from my school time. I'm very bad racket player. I can't play squash and other things. My course mates used to make me sweat. So I developed certain inferiority complex in school. I felt I was bad at sports. To get over my inferiority complex, I picked up running. You can't say I run badly. Nobody can say. Running is a tribal sport. We have been running before we became civilized. Running is meditational for me, and I get thoughts and I clarify my thoughts. It just makes me feel lighter. Find your running, find your coffee, find which lifts you up. You have to find something inside you. It's not outside you. So thank you very much for indulging me, for tolerating me, for making me go over time. I'm very bad talker. I can go on talking. I don't know if I've made sense. Don't need to agree, disagree. I hope something sticks with you. I would love to hear what has stuck with you. Even if it's one line, put it in the chat window. It will allow me to have a sense of what made sense, and probably believe that there are a lot many people who can connect with it. And those of you who would like to ask any questions, I'll be open for it. I do keep my running thoughts going over here. So those of you who would be interested in keeping in touch, welcome to keep in touch with me. Thank you very much. Sorry for overshooting time, Professor Charu and Sid.
Thank you so much, sir, for this.
Riya, without much ado, I will come straight to the point, because the other session has to start.
Yes, definitely, sir. Sure.
Yeah. So I think Sid knows, I think Suraja knows me very well what I am, and the other people also know. So no need for my introductions. Surya, you confessed it rightly that you are a maverick at heart. And we two get together because we both were thought to be mavericks at the school, because, but then we both have made our school proud. That's the best part of it, because the school taught us one basic thing that, make the school proud. And that's what you said, that, all of us here, whatever job we are doing, we should feel proud of the work that we are doing. And that's all advertising and communication also all about. And then Surya, what you talk like Kabir, I would say, why not? So Nindak Nere Rakhiye Angan Kuti Chhawai, that you must have the critique around you so that, he tells you that what this thing is and, what the wrong which is going on. And the Surya, so, we just had MDH Mahashay leaving the world recently. And long years back, this is what I remember, Surya for, he worked in the rival organization, DS, Dharampal, Satyapal. Yeah. Catch. You may not recall, but I recall.
I recall that very early.
Rajnigandha and...
my God,
Rajnigandha Catch Masala is the one which has actually caught up with Dharampal, with MDH. So, you indeed, in fact, you are there in the Indian kitchens also. And probably, Surya, you also told them, that about Manoj Vajpayee's rap, Mumbai Mein Kaaba. So you probably come with a similar background as Manoj Vajpayee, and you have made Mumbai your home. And then wonders like him. And as you said that, what is the change which you are going to bring towards the concluding session? I think I keep going back to that. It has been my talisman also. What was Gandhi's talisman? If I can bring smile on somebody's face, I think I've done my job. So that's the thing which should keep us going on. And, we had an ad competition which had taken place. And they're very interesting times. The judge, the head of the jury, Rishabh Sood, was last night blessed with a baby girl.
Oh, wow.
So that's why I was not here to announce the prize winners. So I'm here to announce the winners on his behalf. The third position goes to Mahi Tewari.
Nice.
The second position goes to Vika Sharma. And anybody can guess who gets the first? Okay, this is Gandhavya Adukia, right? And Gandhavya Adukia, I can tell you, he did summer internship with me, and he's this why not guy, sir. This is what I do. So he's that why not guy. So I'm so glad for him that he has got it. And thank you all so much for being here. And Surya, thank you all over again, And yes, in our school, we do respect our seniors, and that's what you have done by finding out time and coming here and being with us. And
it has been my pleasure, completely pleasure to do this. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So we move on to the next session.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, Surja sir, for joining us today.
Thank you, everyone. We will move on to the next event, and